Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here for my games from the official ladder tournament. Basically, what this is, you sign up on the forums with an account. As you can see, my name with the tags LT7, and you basically try to get top 8. And if you remain within the top 8 at the end of the cycle, you qualify for playoffs and get to play a bunch of other good players. So that's cool. And yeah, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can read up on that. But just getting into the teams real quick. Both me and my opponent brought hyper offense, so that's dope. Just looking at my team real quick. It's me there being the Krozma, which is irrelevant, but Krozma is still a huge problem. As far as resist is Como, which dies to psychic move, and it outspeeds things like Magnezone, Scizor. So this is very solid offensively in this game. He has a lot of difficulty switching into that outside Rillaboom. Como doesn't appreciate knockoff because on this type of team it's most likely Salic Berry or Throat Spray, and being able to knock those off is great for me. And everything else just drops to close combat. So yeah, Zeraora and the Crossman combination very threatening to my opponent. Tangrowth walls like everything on the team outside Magnezone or a special Como. Needs Rillaboom, Drill, Zarude, like it's just very solid. Azu has no real switching, though he can, play around with it between Rillaboom and Magnezone. Does well versus Como, and Haxorus can sweep my opponent. There's Dragon Dance versus things like potential choice lock Rillaboom, Magnezone, Zarude can just sweep through. So yeah, he has to be very careful. Even just clicking buttons just gets kills. Like he has no close combat switching. So there's that. And Scizor is banded. His banded bullet punch is solid versus weakened Rillaboom. Outspeed Magnezone if he's not timid, so that's dope. And it's good versus Zarude. It's just solid. So game plan wise, I pretty much just want to position Zeraora and just click knockoff into Volt Switch is just good. Tangrowth's gonna be there to beat Rillaboom, Drill, Zarude. Also has no switching. Haxorus can sweep, just a bunch of things. So let's get into the game. I lead Azu as my opponent leads Drill. It's pretty standard. Sash Drill lead. Go straight for Jet. Go straight for play up the following turn, just in case you wanted to pull some type of switch into Rillaboom, because I do a huge chunk to that, about 50%, as it brings in Rillaboom here. Now here, and actually stay in and go for play rough. I was either expecting a double or something that's not a grass move, because I have a whole Tangrowth and a Scizor, so I was pretty low chance of him going for a grass move there, just very low. So pretty high risk, high reward play that works out excellent for me. Getting rid of Como, he probably expected me to pull the switch out to Tangrowth, which makes sense. So that means he was probably special, even physical, since set up on Tangrowth because of bulletproof. So yeah, being able to catch that Como on the switch, on the double is just very good. So now I don't have to worry about that thing later on. If he was special, I also warded it anyway, but physical was definitely a problem. So yeah, I'm able to get rid of that. As you go Scizor, go straight for Waterfall. Get a crit, doesn't matter really, because the second one would have knocked him out if the first did 79. Also plus 2 BP, still doesn't even knock me out because he's not Life Orb. So Azu put in so much work, killed half his team basically. So I'll allow Azu to go down here. No reason to switch. I died a Stealth Rock anyway if I come back in, so just let it go down there to these Zarude. As I bring in the Scizor, go for Superpower. It covers him staying in and going Magnezone. Didn't expect bulk up. I thought this was like banded, which is why I went for Superpower. Otherwise I would have went for U-turn if I knew he was bulk up. U-turn was probably a bit more solid there because it also covered Magnezone, and I'd be able to U-turn it to Haxorus and get a kill either way. So probably U-turn is just better there, but it's fine. I switched out my scissor actually because I need to save it. It's just good versus the last two. Go straight 10 growth because I don't want to die. um, Sludge Bomb in combination with Rocky Helmet's easily going to be able to take out the Zarude. At this point, the game's pretty much won. Brings in Magnezone, going for sub makes sense because Tingrowth cannot break that. So go straight Necrozma. Go for Heat Wave, which is actually a misplay. Photon Geyser actually broke this up because I wasn't calcing for whatever reason. I didn't think Geyser would break this up, but Magnezone is pretty like poor HP and decent split def, but it's not that high. So Photon would have broken this up, but go straight for Heat Wave, which is good. He goes for T-Bolt, doesn't pair me thankfully, as I go for another one and knock him out. I don't miss as brings in Rillaboom. Go straight for Geyser, just get a bit of chip, put this in range of Tangrowth Sludge Bomb guaranteed into the Zora's Bullet Punch. So also Glide knocks me out, but that's pretty much the end of that one. And also I was just able to clean it up. So yeah, that's that one. I'll be back with the second. Alright, we have the second game. Just getting into the teams real quick. My opponent's using Rain, and I'm using a balance based around Zarude. This team's pretty disgusting. Like that's a Podon Pex. Like if you don't have a Specs Curum, you're not breaking this team. Which is why I switched over to it. Around the 1600 range. Like teams like these are just more reliable. And yeah, so just going over the teams. Zarude's pretty useless. He has Tingrowth and Weezing to wall it. Magnezone. The combination of Drill and Zoroark. Just deal with it. Weezing, however, is pretty solid. Nothing like stick and burns. Does well versus Tingrowth, Zoroark. More so if he's a Grass Knot variant. Powdon does well versus Drills or Starfire, going to be very important for Pelipper, because I think it's a problem because it's most likely Specs, as he has a Tingrowth and Weezing, so it just makes the most sense. I also have Toxic for Tingrowth, so that's good. Pex just unkillable as always. Outside Zoroark, there's a lot of difficulty versus that, and just being able to knock things off is nice. And Dragapult has no switch-ins because it's most likely not Dark Urshifu, because it's a Rain team. So yeah, just play that well versus Pelipper, Tingrowth. Basically get a kill every time. And so yeah, let's get into the game. So I lead Dragapult as my opponent leads Tingrowth. So go straight for Flamethrower, not playing any games with Tingrowth. Crit doesn't matter because it's obviously Helmet. And if he decided to go to Drill, that'd be 2 killed. No way Pelipper's coming out there because this doesn't make sense. You die to Draco or 2 Shadow Balls. So yeah, it's not going to Tingrowth, which is great for her Podon. Opens that up. That's one of his ground resist. Go straight Pelipper as I'm locked in, so I have to switch. Go straight Pex as I take 60 from the Hurricane. So he's confirmed Specs as pull the switch back out to my Magnezone. Pex was just the initial switch there, just to scout and see what kind of Pelipper he was. But yeah, I'm able to go Magnezone, easily eat that up as I actually pulled the double out into my Podon, knowing that either Drill or Zera's coming out there. And what this allows is for me to get up Stealth Rock. Pelipper comes out, which is cool. Able to just go Magnezone, pretty much throw it out there. Like I said, it's useless. He has so many things to deal with it. Didn't want to go Pex because at that range, I believe I'd be at 73%, and I'd probably still be 2 killed by Specs Pump. So just decided to throw Magnezone out there. Bringing Dragapult, go with Shadow Ball. That's pretty much a high roll because the min is like 91. So I'm able to knock out Pelipper, which is good. He has no switching really. Joe will be 3 KO'd. So yeah. Go straight for another Shadow Ball. What I'm trying to accomplish here is getting rid of Drill, or just beating it down, because I'm actually not Scald Pex. I'm just mono knockoff, and being able to get rid of that for Weezing we'll open that up in the end game. So he actually gets the death drop there, which is pretty unfortunate. Because without that, he would have been able to get off a toxic and an earthquake, and put me in range of the eventual poison damage. But able to get rid of Gerald. So Yo Zera as Pana, just the best play. Only purpose is to deal with Zera. Let's go straight for EQ. No reason to recover there. I don't need health for any particular reason. I'm not in range of Grass Knot. And I'll split death, so I easily tank that. Get a nice 40% off on Urshifu. Means that he's in range of things like Wheezing, Sludge Bomb later on. So yeah, he goes straight Wheezing from Urshifu, knowing that Pex is coming out, trying to burn it. I actually don't stay in with Pex because I don't want that burned. Because if I'm burned, it's going to be a bit more difficult to deal with Urshifu. I am Helmet though, but just didn't want it to be burned. Go straight Dragapult, just the best play because I don't need it at this point. I just don't need it. I using it there just to get off damage on Wheezing, putting it in range of Zarude. He misses the Strange Theme, again, which sucks, but kind of doesn't matter because he'd be in range of Zarude afterward. So yeah, I'm able to knock him out there. Go Zera, doubles back to Urshifu, which is a solid play. Knowing that Hippowdon is most likely coming out. Charge Strikes there, go for Sludge Bomb. He lives on 1%. Doesn't matter though, because I have Toxapex in the back just to kill him with the helmet. And that pretty much wraps up that one. So be back with the next. We have the last game here. Actually facing Leo, who's a pretty accomplished tournament player. I actually faced him a while back in OST, so that's pretty cool. Ran into him on the ladder, and so using the Volk team, definitely one of my favorites in Gen 8, and it just looks like a huge problem. If I can somehow get rid of Mantine, it just sweeps through Azu as well. No switch-ins. So yeah, let's get into this one. So I lead Pharaoh. Go straight for Spike first. Figured it'd be a bit more valuable over damage on Zera because I still have a period to deal with it. Also, his team is pretty Spike weak between Kirim, Como, and AG. Because after a Spike, Como is in range of Volk Psychic at +1. So figured that'd just be better than going for Power Whip or something. So go straight for Spike. As he goes for knock into Volt Switch on Pharaoh. Go straight for Leech Seed. Clef most likely not coming out. That chip on Mantine is going to be very important. Like I said, it opens up Volk. Any chip on that is good. Go for Power because I want to beat that Mantine down. I don't want him defogging for free. Power Up alongside Leech Seed is going to do around 40%. So if I can keep him low, that's just great for Volk. So Brazen Clef, go straight for Gyro. Pretty low chance of him having Fire Move on this type of team, because he deals well with Ferrothorn. He's most likely Fire Move Como because I've seen this team before. So yeah, that's why I stayed in there. Go straight to my Rhyperior. That turn, just to scout and see, because I know he wouldn't go for Flamethrower if he had it. The first turn, probably go for Moonblast, expecting me to scout. And Rhyperior is just overall the best play because it covers both Moonblast and Flamethrower. Maybe I'll get up Stealth Rock there, as makes a very solid play, knowing that I most likely wouldn't stay in. It's pretty high risk, I'd say, because my period doesn't go down to cure him from full. If I just click Rock Blast there, his Mantine would be gone if I got like 4 hits. But a very solid play there, definitely to Mantine, knowing that I probably Meg Ground Volk on Ice Beam. Have to switch here, go to Azu, because it applies the most pressure offensively. Go straight for Play Rough, and he actually just dies because I'm banded. Probably expecting me to Belly Drum or something, and went for Scald, expecting to outspeed and then just saves the following turn, but no, just knock him out there. So Now Evoke just sweeps. If I come in versus AG Clef, just quiver, and the game ends. So that's great. As he brings in Aegis Slash, actually gets us with Death Drop. Go Mandible is just the best play. It's only here for this. Kind of unfortunate, but on the other hand, this is setup fodder for Volcarona. So I actually allow Mandibles to go down there just so I can set up with Volk. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go for Quiver. Brings in Como, but that's not gonna help him. Toxics. Go for Sub there because Psychic wouldn't kill. Never kills Como from full, so Sub is just the best play. To protect from Toxic. As go for another Quiver. Just the best play because at that range, Zero Aura would die. I needed +2, so I'll go straight for Psychic, knock out the Como. At that point, pretty much loses. Kerm cannot kill me from this range. Obviously, it's not gonna put me in range. I'll Shadow Sneak from Aegis Slash, and yeah, that's pretty much it. He was very high up too, at 1800 range. And I was like, what, 16? So I gained so many points. Left me at like 1700, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll definitely be back with more games. So yeah, peace.